This is Peter Greenlaw Unplugged.
Hi there, everyone. I'm here with Peter Greenlaw, and he is my hero. So I'm going to let him help you better understand how what I did and help my brain heal. And you can do it too. So, Peter, we were just talking about how inflammation is something that is prevalent in a brain injury. And you've been with me since I stuttered and slurred and
Right.
was really quite a mess. So now I was hoping that you might be able to share with everybody what happened when I did this program.
Well, the fundamentals we know based on the medical community that inflammation, they say, is really the underlying cause of every disease. So if you sprain your ankle, the body tells you with pain caused by inflammation that there's a problem. Otherwise, you'd be running on a sprained ankle and you'd make it worse, or a knee injury or whatever it is. It's the body, sort of like the engine light, the yellow light on your dashboard. When that goes on, you better pull in a filling station and figure out what's going on. Well, the body kind of works the same way, but we know that inflammation is so prevalent in things like arthritis or joint pain or whatever. And we know that in concussions, traumatic brain injuries, et cetera, that part of what happens, just like spraining your ankle, as it's been explained to me, it's like that inflammatory response is, again, the body's way of sort of giving us, warning sign. So the good news is we have peer-reviewed clinical evidence now that this protocol that you did, R2M protocol, intermittent nutritional fasting and protein pacing, in the peer-reviewed clinical study, one of the findings was it absolutely lowered inflammation throughout the body. These are called biomarkers. One is called interleukin-1 and the other is called C-reactive protein, which they measured in the study. And those went down significantly in just people that, say, wanted to lose weight. They didn't have to have traumatic brain injury. But so many people have reported that the minor aches and pains or joint pain or, even arthritis and things like that greatly improved in a really short period of time, because as you lower inflammation, you lower that irritation. But the body, especially in the brain, and I'm sure you've heard about, cognitive function, et cetera. So the simple explanation is this. Our food today has become increasingly nutritionally bankrupt. We're ingesting these huge quantities of calories that lack nutrition. We want the opposite. You want to be able to infuse your body with massive nutrition in the fewest calories possible. It's just like if you went out today to a gas station and they say that gas is, $3 a gallon, whatever it might be. But down the street, they're selling gas for $5 a gallon. And you pull in there and you go, are you guys crazy? So no, you don't understand. When you're paying $3 a gallon, you're getting 20 miles to the gallon. When you pay $5 a gallon, you're getting 100 miles to the gallon. So think about it. In order to go 100 miles in the $3 gas, it would cost you 5 times as much, because you're getting 20 miles to the gallon times 5 is 100. So you'd be paying $15 a gallon instead of 5. That's kind of how the body works. The body runs on nutrition. The body does not run on calories. And so basically, when you infuse your body with these massive quantities of nutrition, which, by the way, were researched from all over the world, from New Zealand, from Bangladesh, from Nepal, from the rainforest, from China, from Russia, from Mongolia, etc. That's those elements which are basically gone in North America. If you put those back in other words, really make food what it used to be maybe 150 years ago, would it be any surprise that the body overall, every system's going to work better? Because if anything has helped you, it's not this protocol in and of itself. It was simply supplying your body with these massive doses of nutrition that allowed your body to do what? Create a healing crisis, as I like to say. And that's why your cognitive ability, you're right. When you first started, it was, you were really struggling. As a matter of fact, I wasn't sure you could even follow the program because you were having such, concentration issues. And like you said, slurring your words and all of that kind of stuff. Well, that was also, obviously you're in traumatic brain injury that, it's like a sprained ankle, and add inflammation to that. You had a lot of really negative things going on. But as you went on the protocol, and you began to reduce the inflammation, I mean, it's kind of like it's that simple. And I'm not making any medical claims, nor would I, but a simple principle: give your body everything that is possible you could give it to operate at the highest level, and probably you're going to feel better, even if you don't have a traumatic brain injury. And although you had a substantial weight loss, for you, that was just a throw in. That's what I tell people all the time. I said, don't do this protocol to lose weight. That's the sexy, thing that everybody wants to do. But it really is about what? Increasing our quality of life potential. And I consider that way beyond health and wellness. Because
when we first spoke, I had gone, I was on my own quest to find something, as you know, and I had been to a functional medical doctor who had determined that I had a significant problem with my gut. And what I'd like everybody to understand who's had a brain injury, that there is the potential for you to have a gut issue when you hurt your brain. So I was eating what I thought to be a perfectly fine menu. And as it turned out, it didn't matter how great I ate because I wasn't getting the nutrition that I needed.
Yep.
So once I started this, despite the doctor giving me things to do to help my gut, what I did here really helped and really sealed the deal.
Well, that's a great point, because we do a lot of work, as you know, with autistic children. And one of the sort of commonalities with autistic children is they have severe gut issues. So when we address the gut, as you know, my brilliant colleague, Dr. Marco Ruggiero, probably the top oncologist in the world and molecular biologist, was instrumental also in helping you based on his discovery and invention that also helped to support your gut in that healing process. We know that all our emotions are generated in our gut. For example, let's say somebody dies. You say, God, I feel like, you don't say, I feel like I got punched in the head. You feel like, say, it's really true. That's where our emotions are generating. And when people get, depressed, what do they want to do? They want to go to comfort food, which acts like a drug to temporarily stimulate, the functions in the gut, but it's short-lived. It's not long-term. And if you look at the rise in this country of ADD, ADHD, anxiety, depression, I mean, how many depressive pills are people taking? It's insane. It's like, we have something like, a small, like 10% of the world's population, we consume about 70, 80% of the prescription drugs, for not just for depression and anxiety. I'm just saying in general. And I'm not opposed to drugs or allopathic approaches. And I say that what we offered to you was not a replacement for or a substitute for what you were doing allopathically, like from your functional doctor. We said this could work in conjunction with the theory, although now it's kind of been proven, at least for you in your particular case, that supplying your body with those elements that you couldn't get from regular food really caused a healing crisis in your body. And oh, by the way, you fit in your skinny jeans. That was just kind of a throw-in that you could go shopping in your closet again, maybe. But, it's just proven, it's been proven that you lower inflammation in the body and lots of things improve, from, the inflammation affects the heart. It affects, all our organs. It's like this, this sort of, rub. I mean, it's just, but if you can lower that, you have a way better quality of life. And it's taken you a while, and this isn't like a miracle overnight, solution. And the other thing is that people have to understand, we're privileged to be able to live this lifestyle, that we've discovered something that, well, in my case, I've been doing it for 20 years and it's just been amazing. But in your case, it's like, hey, the number of people that hopefully will watch this and, maybe reach out to you and find out more about exactly what you did, without making them any promises, because there's nothing on earth that's 100%. But here's what I tell people. There's nothing in what we're recommending that could hurt you. It could only help you. And are you willing to take the chance that you didn't try this, and you'll never know if it could massively increase your quality of life potential? That's what I always tell people, because that's the truth. How do you know until you try it?
Well, you don't. And, I'm so happy I did it, of course. I mean, that's an understatement. And I never would have been able to have this happen now, this interview, my YouTube station, none of this would have happened unless I had taken the step and improved my health with this. So I can't thank you enough, Peter, and I'm looking forward to having more conversation with you to help other people understand the possibilities that are out there.
It's my pleasure, and I hope we can help some people today.
Thank you. Oh,